when nut ain't enough. The recent massacre in Tucson, Arizona, has shone an unflattering light on America in the 21st century. What makes this event remarkable, though, is not that it happened, but who it happened to. Consider, if the victims were average people instead of a congressperson and judge, among others, would you know the name of the alleged shooter? Would it be more than a passing news item? Such events as these have happened across America, in state after state. And unless it happened in your locality, I doubt you could recall the name of the assailant. I dare say it'll happen more in future. And media fascination with the mental illness of the accused seems more concerned with promoting the mental well-being of the audience than any real substantial basis for such a diagnosis. For having read several articles which quoted the accused, they don't read as crazy as the media suggests. Nor is it helpful to describe him as anti-government. For with congressional approval ratings in the low 20s and 30s, the vast majority of Americans are, in some sense, anti-government. In fact, this young man seemed a constitutional absolutist, or one who read the Constitution literally and thereby rejected any governmental action or agency not expressly provided in that document. It is easy to label the accused a lone nut job, as many have done. And he may be that, but shouldn't that be determined after an investigation instead of before one? Many of us remember or have read of lone nut jobs being called responsible for the assassinations of President John F. Kennedy and Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., or even the bombing of the federal building in Oklahoma. Today, millions of people seriously doubt the official stories and look at the continuing controversy over 9/11. In times of economic dislocation and social instability, some people see change as something utterly threatening and terrifying. It doesn't help that politicians seem to be sparking or really stoking such discontent, in part to gain headlines, but also to demonize opponents. In the 19th century, French researcher Alexis de Tocqueville described American political parties as virtually nations at war with each other. They're more at war now than then, and mad soldiers can be the best weapons. Like mad dogs fed on gunpowder, mad men can be fed with words like traitor, violator, leftist, or socialist. They're like bombs. All you gotta do is point them. From Death Row, this is Mumia Abu Jamal. These commentaries are recorded by Noel Hanrahan of Prison Radio.